Doing an audio check. Can y'all hear the fan in the background? Please let me know, be honest. Hey, hungry boy. Yeah, we're straight up zorking it. We're zorking it right now. I'm about to scream on live TV about... I do not hear a fan. Okay, awesome, because it's yet again, we're cooking ourselves. I really hope that today isn't going to be as long as yesterday. I want to first off address the elephant in the room, that the leaks were in fact fan fiction, which in retrospect, like we knew, like we talked about it on the last stream, but at the same time, what's crazy to me is that the actual like announcements, like the actual name for the characters, the actual stuff going on is somehow more ridiculous. Which is really fucking funny to me, in my opinion. We got Pajama Jan and Zorkin. We're Zorkin it. You know? At least being AI fanfic is hilarious. It's really good. There were, I mean, so like, we talked about it on stream that there were some translations that just straight up didn't make any fucking sense. But at the same time, also, no, I still have a job. Somebody in the chat on Twitch is like, why is she back? I'm back because there's Soulsborne shit that we have to talk about. That's why I'm back. I still have a job, thankfully. Even though, honestly, I feel like that's a brag in this economy, in this job market. I'm knocking on wood. I'm knocking on wood because, like, holy shit. Foul Blood Veronica will still have a place in our hearts. Yeah. I still can't believe we didn't see Weebus spawn Leather Twink as Titus. It's true. I feel paternally possessive over Zork. Yeah, I feel like Zork is the communal child. I have so much to talk about the Senator about with you today, on this day. But, hold on. Let's get some, like, chill music going on in the background. Because YouTube is going to jump scare us with the Military Marines advertisement again. And then let's get fucking started. So I want to give a disclaimer that this is confirmed information. Y'all know that like Ouroboros and Vati have put out their videos because they got flown to Japan and got to play the game for 12 hours before everybody else and made these really good videos breaking down both the gameplay mechanics, the gameplay, potentially the story, and just some like really cool elements of the game that I'm just like endlessly grateful that we have the insight that they provided us, because some of the stuff that they were talking about goes so hard and has made me even more excited for the game than I already was. So super stoked. We're going to talk a little bit about that, but we're going to mainly talk, because we got close-up pictures of a lot of the characters, we are going to talk about the designs. Also, yeah, Arch on YouTube. I 100% posted on Twitter the Dark Souls 3 snake statue, but there are some differences, and the altar, yeah, it's the Sister Freed snake statue. There are some differences, but I think it serves the same purpose conceptually. You know how like Miyazaki does his archetypes, where even though it's not the same character across all the different games, it's like they serve the same function or visibly look similar. The snake woman is a gargoyle, so she's a statue. And so we get like a, oh, hey, Teledor. Oh my gosh, thank you for the raid. Thank you so much, Teledor. There's a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff going on. Hold on. I'm going to put on just some near background music. How are we doing with audio? Because okay, cool. I might have to turn it down on my end because it's blasting. Hi, Teledor. Thank you so much for the raid. I'm less busted today than I was yesterday, but equally sweaty. Equally sweaty. We're sweating. It is like hot. All right, let me see what window we got going. Is it gameplay? Yeah. Hi. Hello. I wonder we'll have a trans femme coded androgyny. So I want to talk about that because when we were going through the bullshitty descriptions yesterday, also ignore my fucking mess. I actually don't think I have a picture of them anymore. I think I deleted some of the pictures. When we were going through the trailer, the character in blue looks like the character in blue looks like, hold on, the Dusk Bloods looks androgynous. And that was one of the red flags for the leaked information because we didn't have you know, a character that didn't really like read as like androgynous, which is kind of a staple of Miyazaki games at this point, I feel. This character. So they have a long braid in the back, but they flat-chested, and also their face reads like Mikola or Gwendolyn a little bit. Just saying, I don't know. It could be just a flat-chested lady, which like we love. I love that for her. But it could be a beautiful boy, or it could be a trans femme baddie. You know, we don't know. We don't know who this is. Got no information. But let's talk about what we do know, and then I'm going to talk about some of the stuff that I want to correct from our last stream, and some new findings and some new guys. Oh, Quayline, yeah. All right, so first off, all that shit that we read the last stream was wrong, which I kind of love because we were missing a lot of elements of some of the characters. First off, the character that we prescribed to be Trang, this character, was confusing and kind of confounding to me because the name they gave her was Filipino, and her hat and her outfit reads as Vietnamese. So I was like, maybe she's both. Like maybe she's Vietnamese and living in the Philippines. Like it just seemed like confounding. Yesterday when we were like reading the characters, I was like, there's really no other Asian coded character, but she does not read Filipino. But also, what the fuck do I know? Maybe there's some culture that I don't fucking know, you know? So I just kind of was like, whatever. But the other mismatches, we obviously talked about this character didn't have a description that matched, but Kaz on Blue Sky, we were talking about how the fake description for Zork didn't match his weapon. They said he had a spear, and Kaz was like, bitch, that's a harpoon. So yeah, it was just confounding, confusing, and weird. But I am kind of sad because I do feel like the fake concept that they wrote for this character, for Layla, was fucking sick. And I kind of love the idea of a living relic that forgot who they were. I kind of loved that idea, but Layla as a concept, I'm going to talk about her too. I also love because we do get some Turkish and some Arabic representation in Soulsborne games. It's not like any of the main characters, but we do get factions and we do get some kind of the older armor from that region. Oh, no, there is a harpoon. So this is the sea cable. Hold on. Sorry, somebody's like, no, it's not a harpoon. It's a... No. There's both. We get both. Where's my pen? They really, like, fucked this UI all the way up, huh? I haven't used this in so long. Here we go. Okay, wait. So this bitch is the sea cable. This bitch is the harpoon gun. It's crazy. It goes so crazy. Anyway, so Layla, I want to see a close-up of her guitars. I was talking to, was it Rob? I was talking to Rob, I think, on Blue Sky about the guitars are typically from India. However, in her weapon description, it says hieroglyph guitars. So I don't know if it's saying, I don't know what that means. I don't know if it's like the shape of it is almost like the register of those, like, you know, do you guys know what I'm talking about? Like, I forget what it's called. When hieroglyphs are written on thin, long things like this, and then there's like the hieroglyphs go here. I don't know if hieroglyph is referring to the shape or if hieroglyph is referring to the fact that there's like actual Egyptian hieroglyphics on them. I'm uncertain, but her name Layla is of Arabic origin, and there's a really famous kind of Romeo and Juliet style story that is features a character named Layla. So this would be the equivalent of naming somebody like Juliet. It's oddly romantic and like very specific, and I kind of love that for her. I love that we have a tragic love story kind of embedded in her namesake. I think it's very cute. Especially given some of the romance themes in the game, like the romance mechanics, like you could get married and you can betray your loved one and all this other shit that they have going on. So hieroglyph guitar is apparently an Indian dagger. So hieroglyph guitar is a type of dagger? Unrelated to Egypt. Okay, so if hieroglyph guitar is its own thing that is still related to India, the Nebra lineage is interesting. There's a gold blood stake that restores less than others. But Lila's name, are there any other cultures outside of like, because I'm just familiar with Lila being like an Arabic name. Are there any other cultures that have Lila? Also, I've noticed too that they have hold up. They each have their own sigil, like their character sigil in the background, which I fucking love. So we'll break these down and we'll talk about it. Lila seems to have a bit of the Queen of the Damned thing going on. Ooh, tell me what's on your mind. Tell me. The proposal mechanic is so bonkers. I'm so excited. Yeah, I kind of wonder how beneficial it is for you to betray your lover or to see it through, or if you just get... I kind of wonder. Yeah, it means night, I think. Layla seems... Oh, yeah. Layla does mean night, yes. But yeah, I kind of love this. Her sigil reads like, fucking ancient, though. Like, this sigil to me, I didn't break her sigil down at all beforehand, so, like, I'm so sorry if I'm totally off. But when we were looking into, like, the city of Ra, and we were looking at the ancient, like, Indio cultures, I'm, like, getting that from her. If she's an Egyptian vampire queen who's so old she kind of looks petrified. Yeah, she does kind of look petrified. She also canonically has like hella bugs. She's got hella bugs all up in her. The Bull Minoan vibe? Yeah. Oh, she's the bug lady. Yeah, she's the bug lady. I wouldn't say so much like Bull or Minoan. So like this pattern here and the way that some of these patterns are laid out kind of asymmetrically, it reads like more like within the boundaries of like between like Asia and Africa. She really strikes me as either like maybe Northwest African or like Turkish and like through like India. Like she could either be one or the other. Does Nebra have any meaning to anyone? I don't know. But I think that Layla meaning night and her having night eyes pretty red. She's like very of the night. Nebra is Horus, name of the second Egyptian king. Okay, so okay, church. So we are getting Egypt from this woman. We are getting Egypt. Our ingenue stream's back to stay. I wouldn't count on it. I will stream this game once it's like officially out. I'm not going to stream the beta test. I will. Oh, she's Northeast African. I see. Yeah. Northeast African, Islamic. I wanted to say Zoroastrian with the sigil, but I can't remember why. Ignore me. I mean, that's so fair though. But we have a really interesting picture of this woman, and like her coat definitely seems stolen or borrowed. This doesn't look like maybe the garb or the culture that she's from. I'm presuming she like jacked the guns, but she strikes me as straight up like a mummy who's been exhumed and like broke out of the museum. You know what I mean? Like she's there's a lot. What was the word that you were looking for earlier for the Egyptian amulets? I don't remember. Nebra is actually 2 actual hieroglyphs. Oh, Neb and Ra, that is. That's cool. Yeah, she killed a Tomb Raider and took it. 100%! Oh my god. That's so fucking true. That's so true. Damn, dude. She bad, though. She is. Look at her fucking eyes. She's got that bedroom eyes. Oh my god, look at her. No, but I do fucking love this woman, and so also all of this information, by the way, is like publicly available, but I got most of the information from Ouroboros video, so please watch his video. That's Laura Croft's coat. Oh my god. The one eye closed motif is back. Yeah. She bad. She back. Is the thing you're thinking of a cartouche? I think so. I actually think you're right. So when I was like very, very little, I was the kid with the Egypt. Yes, I was gonna say I was the kid with the Egyptology phase. Yes, a cartouche. Yes. So, but yeah, as far as like game information, Ouroboros breaks down the video very well, and there's not a whole lot of spoilers for like story elements of the game because we obviously don't know many of them yet. So if you're looking for gameplay breakdown and some good kind of like early strategies for playing the Duskbloods, I would definitely recommend checking out his video because I feel like he brought up some really good points and some really good strategies on how we should play. Like what kind of kin that you should look for when you're starting a match and stuff like that. It seems a lot more varied than Night Rain in terms of the flow of the match because Night Rain feels pretty methodical. It feels like, okay, when we spawn in, we're going to do X, Y, and Z, and then we have to do this before the end of the day, and then we're going to go on day 2, we're going to just grind out all of the high level bosses on the map, and then by the time that the last day comes in, hopefully we'll have gotten a good loadout. So like I feel like once you get a rhythm in with Night Rain, you kind of just like get it. You kind of just, it feels more mechanical, and like that can feel kind of relaxing, or it can be boring for people. But I feel like this game feels like what I love about Miyazaki distilled into a singular game. Because when I think about Miyazaki's design philosophy, I think of Demon Souls and Dark Souls 1. And for those of you that are unfamiliar with his like design philosophy with those games, is that they were intended for you to be engaging with the multiplayer, the PvP, and the co-op. And I know there are a lot of people online who are like bitching and moaning about all of that because they prefer to play single player games. I understand that the market is oversaturated with single player games, or sorry, with multiplayer games, with like Fortnite style games, with you know, like PvP arena style games. But the fact of the matter is Miyazaki has been trying to make this kind of a game since he started directing. He started with Armored Core, which had a PvP element in it that was optional, but when he worked on Demon Souls, and I fucking quote this all the goddamn time, I feel like I need to have a sign. I need to have a sign somewhere in my office where I like get a stick out and point at it. But it says, this talked about his philosophy with Demon Souls and what he was trying to set out to do with the character tendency and world tendency system. He said that the origin of the character tendency, world tendency, PvP, PvE thing was actually due to a personal experience where a car suddenly stopped on a hillside after some heavy snow and started to slip. The car following me also got stuck, and then the one behind it spontaneously bumped into it and started pushing it up the hill. That's it. That's how everyone could get home. Then it's my turn, and everyone started pushing my car up the hill, and then I managed to get home safely. But I couldn't stop the car to say thanks to the people who gave me a shove. I'd just gotten stuck again if I stopped. On the way home, I wondered whether the last person in line made it home, and I thought that I would probably never meet the people who had helped me. I thought maybe that if we meet in another place, we'd become friends, or maybe we'd just fight. You could probably call it a connection of mutual assistance between transient people. Oddly, that incident will probably linger in my heart for a long time. Simply because it's fleeting, I think it stays with you a lot longer, like the cherry blossoms we Japanese love so much. So this story was about Demon Souls, and a huge component of Demon Souls was the online mechanic gating you on your gameplay experience and difficulty. So if you really struggled with the single player element of it, you could ask somebody to help you and like help you push your car up the hill. But the fact of the matter is, whenever you open up your game to be assisted, people would invade you. So it was like a double-edged sword for him to include this mechanic. Like he wanted the player to feel that. He wanted the player to feel like kind of like the interactions of humanity can be so varied and chaotic. But the cool thing about this is that there is like this world tendency aggregation system, and I forget. I need to double check to see if I'm right about this. So I want to say that there was like an overall average, but I need to double check. So what would happen is, like, in a given world, if you died in your body form a certain number of times, your world tendency would lean more to black. And so it would start to look like this. Not like that it was broken, but that it would get kind of darker. But the more that you succeeded or, you know, killed bosses without dying or whatever, your world tendency would go up. Anytime that you would kill an invading phantom, your character tendency would go up, or anytime that you would do something good, like help somebody else beat a boss, I believe, your character tendency goes up. So the overall algorithmic state of the worlds was dictated by the player average. Yeah, somebody in the chat just says, yes, there was a server average that you get set to or shift over time. So if, like, collectively, if we all had pure white tendency and like pure white character tendency, it would shift your world tendency. And then there were also these like world tendency events, like during Halloween, everything would be pure black. world tendency. And the thing that I think a lot of people don't realize is that a lot of the content in this game was gated by the system. You could not get certain NPC interactions, you could not get certain like items or weapons without doing this shit. You had to be online. Like, you had to be PvPing and PvEing to get this. And it was the same for Dark Souls 1. If you wanted to get any specific Covenant items or get any specific lore, you had to engage with the PvE or PvP or PvPvP systems. Like, if you wanted to get, you know, the lore on the Dark Moon Blades, you needed to fucking do that. Like, you needed to do that. So the people that are complaining about, oh, it's an online game, it's not a single player experience. I don't know if you have been paying attention to like what Miyazaki's video game philosophy is regarding all of this. I don't know if you actually give a shit. And I also think too that like if that's the way that you engage with art, is if you fully divorce yourself from the creator's intent, that I think that you might have a larger problem. And before I used to be very like, oh, art's subjective, like some people really care about the creator's intentions and some people really just want their own personal interpretations. And while I feel that I feel that in my heart, there's also a hater deep inside of me that's like, fucking give a shit about the person who made your fucking food. Like, eat the shit on your plate, damn it. Like, fucking give a shit. They put a lot of work and time and effort into this, and they have a beautiful philosophy, and they like, just give a shit. Just give a shit. Just give a shit, you know? Like, there's two wolves inside of us. Yeah. So it's, there's that component of it. But then there's the people that are like, oh, hey, this game isn't for me because I struggle, like I live in an area with really bad internet, or this game isn't for me because I don't like that the end game goal is going to force me in an interaction with another person. If that's your reasoning and you're able to just be like, hey, this ain't for me, that's okay. That's okay. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about the people that are like, everything is a Fortnite game and Miyazaki needs to only make single player experiences. Like, shut the fuck up. Shut up. Shut up. Just fucking shut up. Nobody cares. Like, just give it a shot. Give it a fucking shot. Give it a fucking try. Give it a try. Even if this game is doo-doo dog shit and it sucks and the netcode is awful and like it is an unplayable mess, just give it a shot and see if it is doing anything cool or good. And that is how we interface with art. I don't know. Like, I think that I'm just tired of people complaining about things before they even like give it a shot and understand the intentions behind something, and they just want to complain because it's not the thing that they want. I don't know. Just don't buy it. Just don't buy it. Just don't buy it and go away. That being said, that's my rant is done. Let's go back to breaking down the characters because I got a lot to fucking say. Oh, and I also want to backtrack what we were talking about yesterday. So we were talking about the Orthodox cross, also the Leviathan symbol, which is this symbol right here. So the Orthodox cross is in fact a cross with like two things, and usually there's a little guy. Usually there's like a little thing here, and the thing here is supposed to represent Jesus's like footrest when he was crucified. In the promotional image that we saw, I don't know if I grabbed it. In the promotional image, there was a man. It was like Alfred or whatever, who was standing right here and he was blocking this fucking sigil. And so I just saw like the image from this point up, And I was like, oh yeah, that looks like a cross and it's at an altar in a cathedral, but also it straight up has the kind of like potential for it to be referencing the Leviathan sigil. But now that we have the full vision of it and we can see that the cross actually extends all the way to the floor, this is just a fucking cross. And like, there was a part of me that was really hoping that the wheel was referencing time and that the stakes were referencing us locking time and place. And that could still be a thing. That could still be a thing. However, I'm starting to feel more that... So we all agree, or we all agreed when we talked about this last time, there's like a red circle right here you can see. We can get clear details on this image that this is definitely the moon and it's bleeding. Like the moon is like bleeding down, there's liquid. And we're getting kind of like this mercurial sigil that's going down to the bottom. And this is striking me more as just being like, oh, hey, it's the blood sacrament. We drink the blood. But then also the needles here are giving just kind of like, either it is the way that we're going to be like injecting or taking in the blood, or it is referencing just straight up like the crucifixion, which is totally... It is like very blatant. And that's fantastic and great, and I don't mind it at all. It seems like it's definitely leaning more into the lore, wanting to focus solely on like the wheel, not as a symbol for time, but as a symbol for almost like religious punishment, which we've seen before in Bloodborne, like with Logarius's wheel, which is the one that is it also Alfred? Or sorry, no, this is Albert. It's Alfred who uses the wheel. It's Alfred. Yeah. Oh, the healing item is called the Gold Blood Stakes. Okay. Yeah. So maybe it's this. Yeah. So I'm assuming that the Gold Blood Stakes, if that's the healing item, because doesn't she have something? I just read it. Yeah. A Gold Blood Stake restores less than others. Oh, so she has. Oh, so she has less health. Because of her lineage. That's crazy. That's crazy. That reads to me as like there's like Christian sentiment regarding all the vampire bullshit in this game. But since she's definitely like Egyptian or like Arabic, because her name... This is so interesting. This is so interesting. Yeah, she has passive regen, but less from bonfires. Oro said it's very strong. That's sick, though. Oh, Larissa messages. Oh my god, Brie, hi! We just finished talking about the cross, but we're talking about Layla, because we've come to the conclusion. Okay, wait, so homegirl... Let's put some notes. Whoa, fuck. So I was calling out that her namesake comes from like a really famous Islamic romance story. It's like effectively if her name were Juliet in the Western world. But then also the Nebra lineage sounds more, because somebody was saying that Neb and Ra are both Egyptian hieroglyphs, are both like two separate hieroglyphs. So and then she has the hieroglyph Qatars, which somebody was shouting out. So I knew that Qatars were from India, but specifically, I guess, like hieroglyph Qatars are also from India. But I didn't know that a hieroglyph Qatar, like that specific thing, was a thing. Is the stream going to be re-uploaded for archival? Yeah, this one will be. I just took the last one down because the leaks were fake and I wanted to make sure that we weren't... I mean, we called out that we were sure that it was fan fiction, but I just don't want to confuse anybody who's excited, you know? And then also, so her namesake, Layla, is like from a romance story, but also it means night. That was another thing that we talked about. But what else did we talk about? Anyway, we were kind of talking about how she looks like she could potentially be a mummy, or preserved in some way, but it definitely looks like she stole or got her weaponry and her coat from a later period in time. But yeah, Layla looks like a man if you don't zoom in on the facial structure. Honestly, to be fair, Layla doesn't look like anything. Layla looks like a skeleton. This picture that, like, is this also Layla? Because this looks so different than this. She looks more decomposed here. You can actually see the skeletal structure a little bit more, and there's like hella bugs. So I don't really think this looks like a man. This just looks like a skeleton. You know, bugs removed. Yeah, I don't know. A bugless, yeah. So yeah, but then her sigil, I want to talk about her sigil. Her sigil's design, that's just a skeleton, babes. Yeah. Maybe the bugs is like an ability or a passive. Yeah. Her sigil's design, I want to look more into, but it reminds me of, it reminds me a lot of the Indio civilizations, the early Indio civilizations that we were talking about for this, for Elden Ring. Oh wait, am I spelling this wrong? Am I remembering this wrong? Where was this? Like the cow horns. Yeah, like Rhea. Sorry, my brain is... Oh no, Indo Iranian. Was that? Which one was it? Fuck. I need like to watch my own videos because my brain is not here right now. Yeah, there's the Indus Valley. Was that it? Was the Indus Valley the one that we were looking at? It might be. I don't remember anymore. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, her but it's not quite. It's almost there. I feel like it's almost there. I feel like it might be there, actually. Fuck. So if you look at this design in the background, it's just like some of the line work and the asymmetry, and the horns, and just some of the design philosophy seems really similar. No, I'm not talking about the Sumerians. The Sumerians their art looks way different. Their art is like, there's a lot of this blue, but their art doesn't have as many patterns, and their registers are pretty organized. Their registers are pretty like easy to read, but I don't know, her design philosophy for her sigil in particular. Yeah, searching the map for cuneiform tablets while everybody fights. So Bree, Bird, and I are talking about potentially playing if there's doubles or duos available during the network test, but I don't think there's going to be. But that would be really fun. I was like, we should just walk around the map. We should just I don't know if it's anything, but the term sniper originates from British soldiers in India. Oh, that's cool. Damn, this bitch has been everywhere, maybe. I want it so bad. Yeah, let's just walk around and stare at the buildings. I think there are duos. Let's go! Let's go! I just want to take notes. I just want to be like, ooh, down the street there's a cathedral and across the street there's a cafe. Like, I need to know. I need to know the layout. You could do private matches? Oh! You... Looks at Layla Wood. Honestly... Layla's a baddie. She would ruin my life. This is 100% like the genre of woman that would absolutely ruin my life. For sure. Crispy said they're confirmed is duos in the game, but we just don't know if they're available in the network test. So the way that the duos work is that at the end of the match, you are typically paired against another duo. And the final two teams, it's like a 4v4, but like the two teams work together. Unless you, I don't know if in duos you can choose to betray your partner. I don't know. But as far as like the network test goes, I don't know if duos are available in the network test. The network test does not have every single game mode. From what I understand, according to Ouroboros' video, is that even he said... Oh, shut the fuck up, dude. I'm not fucking arguing semantics because you were wrong. But the point that I'm trying to say is that not all game modes are going to be available on launch or during the network test, and Ouroboros said that the boss mode, like the PvE boss mode, might not even work. Like, do you know what I mean? Like the PvP boss mode might not be in the game. But anyway, let's just throw Indus Valley in the sigil section, and then let's scoot over to Zork. I like how he's just we just got this shit. Okay, here we go. So Zork, I'm just gonna, can I just block? I'm not arguing. I'm not like discussing or arguing anything with anybody because you're derailing the stream. I never said that I wanted to just walk around the map with one other person. I said I wanted to queue with my friend, even if there's other people on the map, and walk around with my friend, ignoring everything to look at the architecture. I'm not trying to get into semantics. Let's fucking talk about Zork, man. I want to look at buildings with my friend. There are duos. Get over it. Okay, Zork has Zork. Zork has Zork as his helmet. He looks like a demon. Am I tweaking? I was AFK for a sec. What's happening? Somebody's just like arguing about literally nothing. It's derailing everything. We got to talk about Zork, okay? So this is Zork's helmet, but then like that's a demon. It's like a plague doctor mask underneath the helmet. But like, am I tweaking? It looks like a plague doctor mask, but do these look like teeth, y'all? Do those look like teeth to you? Because this looks like a nostril. Like this looks like his nostrils maybe? And then teeth? Is it supposed to be a fish? It does kind of look like... It looks like he has a beak, and then like his beak comes down here. I hope he's a chicken man. Vaguely a bird. Yeah, it could be a top-down view of a manta. I don't know. It lines up too much with his with where his eye socket where his eye sockets are on his mask, and then where the hole on his mask, it's almost like, here, let me draw this for you real quick. It's almost like the hole is like covering, and sorry, and then this little beak is like coming through, like right here, you know? It's giving anteater. He's really good. I don't know what kind of creature he is, but he's really good. It does seem that he has some, he's kind of like our weird, it's interesting. So I would say on a normal day, I would say HP Lovecraft. But this is really reminding me of the Greyjoys and some of like, I mean, obviously, okay, wait, let me back that up. George R. R. Martin's like deep sea shit is inspired by Lovecraft, but he's kind of like built on it a tiny bit. And this kind of reminds me a little bit of both. Like we're getting old diving suit, but we're getting like dread resonance, which is like his howl. And like some other shit. And he definitely is like a fish man. He looks like an anglerfish. I'm a Zork main. I feel like there is going to be a part of me that might play Zork a lot. I love a tanky character. I loved the Raider in Night Rain. I didn't, which is so weird. I didn't like Guardian. He's just from Innsmouth, guys. Yeah, right. Like, I didn't like Guardian at all, but I fucking loved Raider. And if he plays anything kind of like that, he has hyper armor during his human rocket. I just love a hyper armor baddie, you know? Guardian took a while for me to love. Anytime that I see somebody like a high level Guardian player do some crack shit, I'm so jealous. And then I try it and I can't do it. But I recognize that it's not an issue with Guardian. I recognize it's an issue with me, you know? Like that's a me problem. That's not a Guardian problem. But oh my god. Sorry, my dog is being very cute. Okay. Yeah, Guardian was the least fun for me to play personally. Yeah, I just didn't understand, like, with a game that has so many enemies that can grab you out of block, I didn't understand the guard mechanic very well. But that is, once again, that is just me. I think I just have a problem. Yeah, he has a gash in his suit. A couple people have mentioned it. I don't have the context for what this means yet. You know? But he does have the gash. But yeah, we do have this really cool shit happening. I love it. I don't know. I have a lot of feelings about Zork. He's good. A mosquito motif, yeah, I can see that. I can see like mosquito, bug, or fish. I love that he's like all deep sea themed though. Don't have much else to say about him because like visually he's just giving, it's like a very retro deep sea diver suit, but he's just very demonic and alien and fishman by nature. So I feel like his yeah, everybody's saying it's a C-section for sure. Yeah. Get that thing out of here. I love Zork. I feel like he just speaks for himself. He's a pretty easy design. The Senator, I actually have a lot to say about the Senator. I have so much to say about this man that I didn't think I was going to say because we couldn't see the details on him very well. There's a side view image that we had of him drinking out of the chalice, but I couldn't see the front details of his jacket. And he's so much more modern than I thought. Marco, hey! We're talking about the visual design of all the characters right now, so you joined at a good time. He's the Freemason character! Let's go. He is, but like his attire is a little bit more modern than I thought. I knew he was gonna be like the weird, like eccentric creep that collects oddities, but yeah, Edwardian, or like even, you know, we have this collar is really specific. This collar and this bow tie is very specific to a certain era. I did not see this front part of him. I just saw the side of him, and I didn't see all these like medals. So I just kind of saw like this much of him and was like, oh, this could be quite old or quite ornate. But this undershirt is definitely giving, yeah, it's definitely giving a crazy Freemason, like Edwardian era guy who's wearing his secret society emblems. But then also it looks like he might, these look kind of, I mean, these are just straight up war medals, but he's got some additional medals right here that also, it's just, I don't know, his design like fucking cracks me up. It's not quite Moog-like. Somebody said Moog-like attire in the Twitch chat. Moog is wearing Catholic priest vestments, and he's supposed to look very, so Moog's design is one of my favorites. He's wearing the Catholic vestments, but he has almost like angel wings, but then he has all these horns, and it kind of evokes that like fallen angel type aesthetic. And him being one of Queen Marika's kids is just like kind of poetic. I just feel like all of the elements of his design philosophy really just kind of click into place. And then I also love too that it's like he didn't have the space to have a religion above ground or be seen as like a religious leader. And so he kind of squats in these like ancient Sumerian ruins that exist underground. It's like he's repurposing kind of like his own pursuits in like a dynasty that's long gone. And I kind of love that, because there was like an era of people that were kind of struggling with their identity that adopted ancient culture practices in like a neo-pagan kind of way, to kind of get back in touch with some element of humanity that I feel like a lot of people struggled with under Christianity, but that is like a whole other subject for another day. What I'm saying is that Moog's design fucking rips, but this guy's design also fucking rips. You love to see it. I love how modern he is compared to a lot of the FromSoft stuff that we've seen before. He also kind of seems to be the most, like, because of his dinosaur and his, like, soulbird shit, he definitely strikes me still as a guy who would collect oddities. Like, he would collect dinosaur bones and try to figure out what the dinosaur looked like. There's, like, this whole genre of guy during the Victorian period that would try to make up dinosaurs, but they were all wrong. Do you know what I mean? Like, this is that guy. And yeah, he's giving Southern racist senator vibes. Yeah, wait, hold on. Let me see if I can look up, like, Victorian fake dinosaurs. Oh my god, it's the Emil song. Yeah, these fucking guys, dude. Oh my god, I love them. They were just, like, short and were missing all of their vertebrae and, like, neck. I just love this shit, dude. I love this shit. But yeah. Yeah, the English mummy eater. Yeah, the motherfuckers that would eat mummies. That's this guy. That's this guy. The Gen 8 Pokemon fossils played off of that because their region was based off of England. No, the way that I love that... Hold on, wait. For those of you that don't know, Pokemon Gen 8 dinosaurs. This is like a fan interpretation of what they should look like. Here, this one. But this is what they actually look like. when you get them, they're like mismatched fossils. So like they're fucked up looking and it's really fucking funny. I love these designs so much. They're so stupid. They're so stupid. I really like this one the most. It's the one with like the fish head, which is so funny. Yeah, FromSoft is really politimeming with this guy, 100%. It's so good. It's so good. I love him. He's so... I love my fucking dumb... I can't with this. I can't with this. I love him. Perfect design, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 design. I'm also going to give Sniper Layla a 10 out of 10. I'm curious, since this guy seems to be so jacked in with his secret society bullshit. These motherfuckers love symbolism. His secret society sigil appears as like a... So like Layla's sigil seems to be like it's referencing her Nebra lineage. Because you could see this little thing here. And we still don't know what that means in the context of the story, but Nebra is important to her. So presumably she's from that civilization, but this motherfucker, his emblem is on his motherfucking outfit. Like, oh, Blood Disciple, it says right here. Okay. So I guess this is like the Blood Disciple secret society? Sorry, this song in the background is like cracking me up. You know what? He immediately kind of reminds me vaguely of Mephistopheles. Yes, oh my god. Mephistopheles, though, is way more sexy. This guy is just kind of a fucking dork. This definitely seems more like an institutional thing than familial. No, 100%. It's definitely the Freemasons. We're getting Freemasons. 100%. You're so right. Hello. Lee's here. Lee's gone. Goodbye. Calling it now. It's a society of dino blood ingesters. Yeah. Highly Bailey. Secret society, I don't know. He's just giving like the old weirdos that would eat mummies. Mummy eater. We just love him. I just love this nasty fucking man. He's so good. Okay, Zork, also a 10 out of 10 design, because I need to know what the fuck is happening underneath his helmet. Conceptually, though, I don't think he has as much going on. But I do love that they give us a little sneaky peek. Wait, does he have Law of the Deep Sea and Dread Resonance? Defeat blood sworn to steal max hit points. He really is just a fish, huh? That man really is just a fucking fish. Alright, Trang. I have heard a lot about her namesake regarding native... What do you have? People who natively speak Vietnamese. That her name might have to do with like the cold moon. And that she seems very like full moon, dark moon. She's effectively like, if we're thinking of the archetypes in Miyazaki games, it's like Rani or Rena. But it's also, you know, shit, in previous games, I don't know if it's gonna be like Gwendolyn. I'm curious to see how the Dark Moon manifests specifically in this game, because it could be totally different than the the dark moon as a concept in the other games, because in Dark Souls 1, the dark moon was like Gwendolyn, and it was the PvP killers. It was like if there was a dark wraith that killed another player, you would go and hunt them down. But the dark moon in Elden Ring is more like removed from the light of the Golden Order. Symbolically, like, a lot of folks are like, it's akin to almost atheism, or you know, being far removed from the influence of like theology, or moving theology to deep space is like the like translated version of it. But yeah, I feel like dark moon can really mean whatever he wants it to be in the particular IP. I don't feel like it's as straightforward of a symbol as it has been. Like for example, the wheel across Bloodborne into this game is like divine punishment. Or like the moon is forbidden knowledge, or, you know, insight. It's tied to like the intelligence stat. There's like common threads, or like the eyeball is perception. Having like a big mutated arm is like ambition. There's a lot of symbols that kind of mean the same thing across all of the games, but the dark moon is one of those that it changes. It changes. Yeah, Ash's memory. Yeah. So I don't know. Her symbol gives me vile blood vibes. Yeah, somebody said sperm, vile blood. What we know, this kind of looks like her weapon too. Her weapon has this imagery. Whatever this imagery is, she's echoing it in some of her design philosophy. Do we have a picture of her weapons anywhere, actually? Let me see. Thanks. Thanks, Google. Here we go. Thank you, Reddit. But yeah, her weapon imagery wise kind of mimics whatever the fuck is going on with this. But it's too low res for me to be able to make out, and I don't feel like I have enough context to make an assumption. I mean, it could be fucking sperm, because the vile bloods, y'all remember the sperm item? Do y'all remember the fucking Bloodborne sperm? Do y'all remember this? So, the sperm that the fucking vile blood queen has you collect, the blood dregs, it's the moon presence's face, and it's sperm. It's the blood sperm. It's the blood nut. Sure. Like, that's the face of the moon presence. So anyway, I knew about this, but it's still insane. So it could, I mean, the moon, this is the only thing fruitful that I think came out of our stream the other night when we were going off about the leaks. Because apparently I'm really good at observational details, and if you put text in front of me, like, it doesn't make any sense. I only know how to, like, piece together visual information, apparently. But we noticed that in the cave scene, of the trailer, there's like a cave with a big ass rock. And at first I was trying to parse like what the heck I was even looking at, because I can't tell if this rock is sitting in front of the cave wall behind it, or I can't really tell what I'm looking at. But the trailer's really funny about this particular scene because it lingers on this for fucking ever in the trailer with zero context, and nothing about this scene changes. They just throw it in there for a solid like 5 seconds and are just like, check this cave wall out. I think it's inlaid. Yeah. They're just like, hey, check this out. And we kind of noticed that one of the crags that is happening is really similar to whatever the fuck is happening on this moon. And I was like, yo, what if the piece of the moon, you know, came crashing down? What if we have a chunk of the moon? I don't know. And that's how we got the blood. Because there's definitely blood coming from the moon, but then if you look at the stained glass, so the moon's up here, but the drippy is coming from the heavens, and there's a little guy with a cup, and he's sipping it. But then also our freak senator, there's another image of him slurping it. So, oh, these are the boss fogs? What? Oh, imagine. I was like, what? How's that a fog? No, it's not the fog. That person is imagining. That person is imagining. Sorry, that was a false alarm. That was a false alarm. That was a really cool concept though. That would be amazing for the boss fogs. Didn't our moon literally smash through the earth and the formation of our solar system? Yeah. So, presumably, it would be really fucking cool. This is not founded in anything whatsoever except for visual information. It would be really fucking cool if the moon was the egg, and we got a little bit of it, and we are sucking that juice. I would love that. That would be really cool. Because that would also maybe explain this guy. Maybe there's moon creatures that are angels. I don't know. Maybe we get punished. Maybe the wheel is like the divine punishment for slurping on the egg. I don't know. I don't fucking know. I'm just making shit up, but I think that's pretty cool. But anyway, I do think that like her whole moon, her dark moon situation, and this kind of looking like a sperm goes very hard. I also love that she has a giant silver serpent. That is a guardian to Ratnam, and I saw too that somebody on Twitter was like, bro, I'm from there, can confirm, this is canon. Which is really funny, but you love to see it. She's also got invisibility. Oro showed this off in a video. It's sick. So anyway, 10 out of 10. I love her design. She eats. I love this spooky shit that Miyazaki's on, where he makes the moon representative of reproductive horror. I love that shit. I eat it up. I eat it up. I love it. I love it. I love this woman. Trang is fucking awesome. She really is the Duchess of this game. She really is. She's so sick. It is what it is. 100% the School of Mensis all over again, yeah. Bloodhound Jan. I have a lot to say about this man. I have so much to say because his Bloodhound lineage has visually a lot going on with it. He has the mercurial spiral. He's like the most traditionally Miyazaki coded character, and he also really gives you know, the fucking, you know, all of the sigils and how tight and like perfect they were in Armored Core 6. Like, do you know how good, I can't even talk right now because I have a lot of feelings. Do you know how goodly designed they are? You know how goodly designed Armored Core? So fucking cool. Somebody made a website. Can we pop this bad boy open? Can I lumen? I need like high quality. I need the high quality images because the details are so fucked up that like it hurts my brain. There's full-blown Latin in these. They're cracked. They're cracked. We got this one. You get a lobotomy. I don't know. They're all just like incredible, and we don't deserve them. But there's a lot of symbolism that gets carried over from the Soulsborne games into 6. And it's like the same shit. It's like lava spider. It's you know, serpents. It's eyeballs. It's a sunflower that's an eye that can see into the heavens. It is so much. It's so much. So that being said, all of this bullshit is like incredible. I love it. We got the kind of like religious Catholic relaxed divine hand, although he's doing it like a little different. Love that. And I also love that it's part of his like prayer that he does or whatever the fuck he's doing when you see him for the first time, and he's showing off his like blood hand, which seems really similar to the like flagship character's wheel stigmata, but this is more, it's different. It doesn't have the wheel portion. It almost just has like the, you know, the fucking wound. And then it looks like, is that a nail like coming through his hand? Like, does he have a nail happening? Like, it definitely gives, these two feel kind of antithetical to each other. So this man, Albert, feels like he was gifted his wound through a woman, through like another person. Like through a loved one. Presumably in the fake leaks, the person was like his sister, but like we don't know who that woman is. It could be a sister or it could be his like wife, but he looks dead here, and it seems like whatever gift she bestowed upon him revived him, and now he's involved in the overall conflict that's happening. But because it was gifted to him, he seems a little bit like it's not like unwilling, but it kind of is like maybe he's a bit more neutral about it, whereas Jan seems like a fanatic. Jan is giving like, I'm gonna punish myself, I'm going to hurt myself, I'm going to like almost like kind of convince myself and everybody else that I'm him. I'm a true believer. Do you know what I mean? Oh no, their classes are definitely different. He seems like a different class than Jan from the outset. I assume Albert isn't native to the hunt or whatever. Yeah, it's interesting. So it says he is Albert seems like he comes from like, and we read this too in or heard about this, but he seems like he comes from some kind of lineage called the Bloodsworn. Hyloric, we now have the official name for it. And so this sigil seems to be the sigil of Loric, and then he also is wearing it on his chest. So it seems like he has some kind of status, but it definitely seems, I don't know how we got here. I don't know how we got here. Jan didn't even get dressed. Jan is giving Vegeta. Pale blood. Light of Hayron. Oh wait, Hayron raises the crystal of light mounted on the casing. I'm assuming that this is the crystal on his chest, and shines forth a beam of light. I think from what I remember when I was watching Oro play, that's the one that's like Comet Azure, but you can move it. So I'm assuming he uses this to channel that. It's the Queen and Alfred, bro, I swear. Jeweled saber. Albert, Jan, and the senator could be the trifecta: nobles, church, and government. Yeah, could be. It's a bummer that we have to discard this sister lore around Albert, and Walter. I mean, we don't. It doesn't have to be his sister, but there is a woman. There is a woman. And I think that whoever wrote those fake leaks were trying their best to fill in what we actually know from the story trailer, which is that Albert had a woman who cared about him enough to revive him, and it seems like there was some kind of family lineage situation where he inherited her responsibilities from this gift that she gave him, but we don't know who she is. It could be his wife, it could be his sister, it could be his daughter. I don't fucking know. Jan might be aesthetic, which is why he's just in his PJs. Yes. So we were talking about it. People are joking about the Mormon PJs, but his design is clearly much older than a Mormon. He has this helmet, and it almost gives... So the jammas, the gym jams, almost kind of remind me... And Rob, if you're in the chat, I think you are. If anyone knows about executioners, he is giving... Like, doesn't... Is this like fencing gear? Is this executioner gear? Is this like there is a period of history that is like on the tip of my tongue. They don't look like kids' PJs. This looks like something you'd wear under armor. And it's killing me. I'm gonna be real, I wish they gave him more drip than that. Fuck no. Do you know how spooky it is that, like... Hey, this scares me. Like, do you know how scary this is? He's perfect. Yeah, I don't know how to, like, describe the ancient horrors that I feel when I see this man. Hold on. What is it? That's just underwear, babes. I'm just gonna flash you guys. Everybody's just wet. Pajama? This thing. This is what I'm talking about. What the fuck is this called? What is this called? Somebody help. Send assistance. They're just showing me underwear. I don't give a shit about underwear. I just want to know what this is. It's called a breach. Oh, thank you. Gambison. Yes. Okay, so a breach or a gambison or something. Perfectly plain. The reason why it's so scary is because, like, it's like if you are actually going to roll up and, like, a knight is challenging you, and he's wearing just his fucking underwear, but not his armor. Like, something is off. Like, something feels... If we had no understanding that there was magic in this universe, and we saw a man, like, in his undies with a gun, it feels like this person needs assistance, and also I'm unsafe. But then also the fact that he's flexing. It's like unnerving because you don't know if he's well, but then also it could be because he's too strong that he doesn't need his armor. And then also he's like clearly, like there's clearly something going on, because this inscription around his neck isn't part of a traditional under gear that you wear under something. You're not supposed to fucking see that shit. So the fact that this is around his neck gives me like blood. I mean, I was gonna say blood incantation. That's a good band. You should go listen to them. But it does give like blood incantation. Like there's something. Yeah, it feels like Jan has fully embraced his new powers. He's let go of his mortal armor because he doesn't need it anymore. Go off, Neo. Go off, Neo. That is like, he doesn't need the armor anymore. Yes, yes. And then also on top of that, I was watching Oro play this, and he doesn't have fucking shoes, y'all. He doesn't have shoes. This is my boy. Like, even though I know that I want to play Zork, even though that I know I like love the Senator, even though I know I love Sniper, feet are out. His feet are out. They're touching the ground. His grippers are out. His grippers are out. It's Mr. Wiki Feet himself. So yeah, it's the Bloodhand lineage is interesting, but the fact that he's like a Lord of Blood is also crazy. I think somebody else mentioned in the chat, somebody said Moog, but it does give Briar, it does give Elamir, it does give Moog. It gives like asceticism, like Bree said, using personal punishment or abandonment or the relinquishing of things for power, which we eat. Family was Catholic. I have that that DNA. We're eating, or we're not eating. We're giving away our food. You know. So we love this man. Question: does the clothing make you think straitjacket? There's something about it. Yeah, I think also too. Like it is giving. There, like I said before, it's giving that line of, is this person mentally unwell? Why are they in their? Why are they in their jammies? Or like straitjacket, they're hurting themselves. Something is not right here. But also, he seems so with it, and he seems so like confident in who he is that it's yeah, it's very bondage. Yeah, he's a freak. He's a freak. Bloodhand implies kind of a kind of servanthood. I don't know. It's so weird because like if a Bloodhand is like a servant, he's also a lord. So he's like, is he like? Someone said he's Sasuke. Go ahead and log out for me. Get the fuck out. Can't wait for this guy to air dash at me and set me on fire. Yeah, dude. The first night that you were drawn to the dusk in which you meet Jan of the Bloodhands. Bloodhand might just refer to the stone of sorcery that says he has stuck in his hand. Yeah, because he also casts he casts a pyromancy. And he might be casting it from that hand too. I need to see which hand. I'm almost certain actually, because when I think of the trailer, he's holding his axe in this arm. So I think this hand is the... Hold on, wait. Quench the axe thirst with the wielder's hand, strike the blade into the ground, and rend the surrounding area with blood slashes. Uses the wielder's blood to enhance the speed of evasion. Yeah, it seems like with his flagellation, he's gaining power. He's too strong. He has Stone of Sorcery. Blood-stained battle axe made from a cast used for melee attacks. The Stone of Sorcery is embedded in the left hand. It can be activated to unleash flames. So yeah, this thing is the fire hand and the stone sorcery. That goes so hard. That goes so hard. Oh my god, 10 out of 10. 10 out of 10 design. It's all 10. Albert is very interesting to me personally, because I feel like compared to the other characters, he is supposed to be relatively milquetoast. I think that this element of his design, the little scarf thing that he uses to cast his like powers, almost seems like it's that is the character. Like this is our guy. Like he's got nothing, but this little shawl is what seems to give him his powers, and then his little hand also seems to give him his other powers, and those are like the key elements of his identity, but everything else about him is a nothing, you know? He's definitely the flagship, like, normie John Dark Souls for sure. Yeah, he's kind of plain, but also because he has white hair, I just know there's like this genre of fan artist who I love dearly with my entire heart, who falls in love with just like a disheveled shitty man and just makes them their whole personality. They draw like Solid Snake or Big Boss, and they'll draw like you know, do you know who I'm talking about? Those girlies. So for me, I feel like he, you know, he might be like an 8 out of 10, but for those particular girlies, he's a 10 out of 10. Do you know what I mean? For those particular fan artists, he's a 10 out of 10. He's the Wilder of Duskbloods, yeah. I have a lot of friends that are this type of artist, and they're incredibly talented. They're insanely talented, but they only draw like disheveled men in their 40s to 50s. And like I am not it, but I'm glad they're eating. 100%, 100%. Like while they're eating their you know, their Albert soup, I'll be, you know, down here with Layla or the I'll be down here with the senator. So this game is esoterica practitioners fighting to the death, 100%, and I love it. But as far as like, I feel like what I love personally about this kind of like multicultural... Oh wait, question, did we make an Arabic or Indian point on Layla? So Layla, we got some more definitive answers. Somebody in the chat said that Neb and Ra are both separate Egyptian hieroglyphics. And so the Neb-Ra lineage could very well be Egyptian, in that we still have like the India, because the Qatar are just Indian weapons. But when I was looking at her sigil in the back, it really strikes me as Indus Valley vibes. There's actually something that I feel like I've seen before. I have seen this before and I don't fucking remember where. Oh yeah, I mentioned to you on Blue Sky there's a pharaoh with that name. I know you mentioned that, but somebody else in the chat on here while I've been live mentioned not that they're, because you mentioned the pharaoh, but they mentioned that these are like actually like two different parts of the like two different hieroglyphics. They're two different characters. So maybe she's like the daughter of an Egyptian pharaoh and was stolen. And we were kind of joking that maybe if she was a mummy, that she broke out of a museum and stole all this shit, or there was like tomb raiders that were raiding her tomb and she stole all their shit. But either way, the jacket element and the gun element seems to be like a touch out of place. Like it seems like she got those from somewhere, but where, we do not know. But what was making me think museum is like maybe she got the guitar from the same museum. Maybe she got these weapons all from a museum. I don't know. The rifle is of British design. Yeah, I mean, somebody else in the chat said that the word sniper also came from, what was it? The British in India, right? If you're still in the chat, sound off. Does she also have a Gatling gun in her chest cavity? Yeah. She has a Gatling gun. I don't know. I can't believe FromSoft Britain robbed. Yeah. Have we mentioned the Nebra Sky Disc? No, we haven't. Okay, wait. Let me look that up because I don't think that person is still here. Origin of Sniper. Yeah, British soldiers in India. So it seems like her items. Okay, so let's make more notes. So Layla. Oh wait, so items, all British. Oh wait, British. It's not. It wasn't during like an occupation, was it? British soldiers in India. Okay, wait. So this is kind of what we got going on with her. She's got like a lot going on. Okay, wait. Oh yeah, the Nebra Sky Disc is the old map with the Pleiades on it. But Nebra also is probably Egyptian because hieroglyphics are mentioned. Yeah. But I would definitely say that this is the... Oh God, I need to look up more Indus Valley art. There is something. There is an image in my mind that is of like an actual relic or like an actual piece of art, like an ancient piece of art that is the centerpiece of that. God, it's gonna kill me. It's gonna kill me. Oh my God. Maybe it isn't Indus Valley. Maybe it's another one. It was something to do... I'm almost certain it was something to do with a culture that we were researching for the Ra in Elden Ring. And I can't remember. But yeah. Sorry, my mouse shit is broken. There we go. Sorry, my scroll wheel got stucky. I've never seen a scope of anything this large and complex. I mean, to be fair, to be totally real, I feel like Elden Ring was the most because, and this is actually where I got stuck with this image, because I was thinking about alchemy when I was looking at this, like alchemy as it pertains to Catholicism and Christianity and early sciences. Elden Ring is by and large the most dense game I've ever played in my entire fucking life because it's supposed to span all of human history for 5,000 years. But I think that this one is going to be more interesting because it's not going to show... So Elden Ring depicts like the transition from religion to religion within a certain area of history. This game, because it kind of seems like everybody's being plucked from different regions all over the planet from different periods of time, I have a feeling that as the characters come out, if they introduce new characters over time, that it's going to be so varied and so chaotic, and it's not going to be the seamless transition from one time period to the other. It's going to be just different cultural beats, which I actually kind of like a little bit. I think that the way that he wove together Elden Ring was so beautiful, and we will probably never see anything like that ever again in our lives. That was like absolutely unreal. But I think that this offers more flexibility with how batshit crazy you can kind of get with talking about like religion and horror and a bunch of other shit. Like you can go fucking bonkers with this, and I kind of want that for him. Whereas I feel like he was really constrained to kind of make things work within that time period in kind of like the Roman. It's like all the prehistory that led up to the fall of the Roman Empire. You know, it's like you kind of had to weave that into game design, whereas like you can just straight up have like a demon fish. Fucking sick, man. We're eating. I love both. Don't get me wrong. Elden Ring is like straight up, we will, like I said before, we will never see anything like that ever again in our lifetime. That was the most insane thing I think I've ever seen. No director is like, it's really rare to find a video game director who is like educated in sociology and like anthropology, and it was really fucked up of him to do that. It was really fucked up of him to like go to school for sociology and then come out swinging as a game developer. Like he didn't need to do that. I would say like Josh Sawyer, even though he doesn't do like big swaths of history, I feel like he's really like locked into historical writing. So he's another like or he's another person in the industry that I feel kind of puts their money where their mouth is in regard to like research. And there's a few others, but it's usually smaller chunks of history. This is like some fucked up. This is fucked up. Like Miyazaki's kind of fucked up. It's kind of fucked up. Yeah. But anyway, we have our kin, which are the summonable NPCs that like assist us through this. So we have Baritone, which I am so excited to see what his buffs are actually like what percentage. I'm curious to see how helpful this man is going to be, because I kind of low-key love this man. He's so insane and crazy and go off. There's Nia. I don't know if this is Nia or Mia, and I don't know if I've spelled her name right. Sister of the Briar. We don't really know much about these kin outside of their like design philosophy, so we can kind of figure out where they're from, what time period they're from. Her swords are really fascinating to me. Like, any sword lovers in the chat can go off about this, but they almost kind of remind me of remember when we were talking about the like Japanese swords, but how the Slavic design of the Chikage is, it's like a Polish sword, but it's curved, but it's also European, and it's confusing. Let me know in the chat what you think. Baritone needs a Marco meatball skin. Oh my god, I need to tell Marco that. Nia Swahili. Fucking sick, dude. Maybe she is a cat girl. But yeah, I love her design so much, and I hope that we do get some kind of lore for the kin that we unlock, because I would love to learn more. This is another thing too that I wanted to yeah, it's like an Eastern European and a mix of a Central Asian sword. It's really fascinating. I want to know more about her, but something that I love, and I've screamed about this when I was talking about Miyazaki's design philosophy, is that I kind of love the ability of drip feeding lore through different gameplay styles. So it kind of forces you out of your comfort zone if you want to learn more about somebody, which can be really frustrating for some people. Like, I know there are some people that really just don't want to PvP and will just do the PvE element of this game. And then, you know, once they get to the final battle, will then like begrudgingly PvP. I kind of wonder if you play as Trunk, if you can just like fucking hide. I kind of wonder. She can go invisible. I wonder if you have more points than the other person, because it's based off of virtue points. Can you just hide? Can you just go invisible if you have the most points? Can you PvE so hard and then just go invisible? But yeah, this Layla, we were talking about this earlier. This is definitely Layla. Like, this is Layla's coat, but Layla looks decomposed here and just looks like a skeleton, and there's bugs. There's bugs in her. According to what we know, these people probably build towards, but just not have the last battle and then go the PvP. Yeah, see, like, well, say if you had like 40 points and everybody else had 10 points and you get to the final battle, can you just go invisible and then just wait for it to time out? Invisible probably only lasts for a few seconds, maybe. But yeah, so Demon Souls story time. I really wanted to get Mephistopheles, and there's a pure black character tendency event to unlock this armor that is like so fucking sick. I love, hold on. Like, this woman had a chokehold on me when I was playing Demon Souls, and her fucking armor in the remake is fucking dog shit, doo-doo dog shit. This is not good. This was her. This was the woman. It was like a high court jester, assassin, masquerade ball. Like, I wanted her shit so bad, and you could only get it if you got pure black character tendency. And, or not the armor, there was some aspect about her, I think it was her ring, or there was something that you had to get pure black character tendency about. And so I had to PvP and kill people. I had to ruin people's lives because I was in the chokehold of a woman. Miyazaki did that to me. He did that to me. But I will say, I loved every second of it, and I'm really glad that it opened me up to like a different playstyle. And then when I actually beat the game and collected all this stuff, I just went pure white character tendency all the time, and I just helped people out from then on out. Like, I hated being the person to ruin somebody's day, but I'm kind of glad that like I got to experience it for a little bit. When I was doing the Dark Souls 1 lore, we didn't have a ton of wikis, and if we did, the translations, because a lot of people were trying to translate from the Live Door wiki, and a lot of the translations were like not great. And so sometimes in order to get certain NPC dialogue, because a lot of the dialogue trees were incomplete, you really did have to grind the shit out of the different multiplayer types, and it would give you more lore. And so I really had to push myself out of my comfort zone and was able to kind of like be the evil in the world that I didn't want to see for a little bit. But the reward for it was just like so sick. It was so good. And I got to see like all the writing and the art and the items and the cool shit that I would have missed otherwise. So I'm kind of excited. I forgot to point this out, or I don't know if it's in these images, but there's the different things you can equip that changes like the kind of play style that you look for. And there's definitely like one that is more PvP oriented, one that's more friend oriented, and one that's like the lovers. I'll have to pull up a picture of that later, but it seems like there's going to be items that kind of operate like the Covenant seals in Dark Souls. So I'm excited. This character we still don't really know much about. Something that's interesting to me here in this particular image, it looks like they were just photoshopped over the other scene of them looking at the big creature. But you could see it here. They have a long braid, a singular long braid, and then they have like a ribbon, a big old ribbon. But we talked about this earlier. They're really flat chested and their face does look a lot like Mikola. So I am readying up for this to be, you know, our trans femme baddie or our non-binary or our, you know, our femboy. I'm ready for whatever they decide to present themselves to us as, but they're phenomenal and their gameplay style looks really interesting and I would love to play them. So I'm excited. Let's talk about the rest of these folks because we talked about Nia. There's the Black Wolf of the Moors, which, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like Rob, you might know this. Isn't there like a black dog? Isn't there like there's like an evil dog of the Moors? Anybody know? Also, the Headless Horsewoman, we don't know if that's an enemy, or a character yet. Indeed there is. Okay, so this is like, because something I'm clocking, Rob, about some of these kin, is that they're actual people or actual folklore. Because this is Valentius the Unwise, and Valentius was like an actual philosopher in Rome. And this guy is definitely dressed in like Roman attire, which is like fucking crazy to me that he's called the Unwise. Like, this is so funny to me. This is crazy. And then we also have Beatrice, who might be like a gunslinger. There was a Lady Beatrice in like an old Western movie. I don't know if this is supposed to be her, but she does kind of look like her. Her attire is just a different color. But this is so cool. And then Thaumaturge Avistar, I don't know if that's his name or if it's spelled correctly. He's a thaumaturge, he's a pyromancer. He's really interesting looking and I couldn't get a good photo of him, so I can't make out the details on his outfit. But he's giving fancy. He looks so wide. Yeah, he's flexing. I don't know. Wait, where are the names from the kin sourced from? These are sourced from Ouroboros, because he got to play the game for like 12 hours. Makes me feel like you can become kin via a pact or a curse. No, so the kin are all AI summonable NPCs that you summon to take care of you, and they all have relatively limited movesets. So from what I understand, Baritone just sings and he kind of flops around and sings. Nia just has an attack animation. The wolf just has an attack animation. And Valentius is crazy. He has a command grab. It's also available in the guide online. Yeah, that too. But then there's the gargoyle, which I want to talk about this woman because I want to talk about this woman. So we've seen something similar to her before. And I talked about it on Twitter, but a few people have been waiting for me to break this down. But so this is a gargoyle, and she has healing abilities. She's like the pocket healer kin. And this bitch, this bitch, this bitch, this bitch. I don't think it's supposed to specifically be this statue. This statue is in reference to it's in reference to like the altar that is past Sister Freed in Dark Souls 3. I don't think this is like an interdimensional like cross, like she got zooped, because her design is different. The snake's center portion is made out of wood, like little wooden things that are held together by a rope, and then the snake skin is kind of put over that like a sock. And then from about here up is a stone relief of a woman. So it's kind of like they artificially made a snake woman statue. And this is, I believe it's in reverence to like the, like kind of like the undead curse and humanity, and like snakes being imperfect dragons and being kind of representative of humanity. But it also just gives this like martyrdom, persecuted kind of altar. It's like small and it's kind of tucked away, and she's got a bag over her head. This whole design is just so unsettling. And I remember, yeah, everyone going crazy about it in 3, and then nothing came out. We had so many theories. It was just like, this drove everybody bonkers. Some people thought it was Priscilla, but this is specifically like a snake. It's not a dragon. And Priscilla didn't really have like snake features. I think the only thing that made people think of Priscilla was just the like the little cloak, I think was reminiscent of Priscilla's fur, which you can see like a little bit better here. But it definitely has a snake tail. And so this symbol just, yeah, it evokes shame. It evokes a lot of feelings. It evokes shame. It evokes it's so uncomfortable. I don't know. Like, she has like the Virgin Mary facial expression when like Mary's holding Jesus and she's like looking down in like all those statues. But the fact that she has a bag over her head and there's like a snake, it like, I can't tell if it's like a mockery of whoever this is, like calling this woman like a imperfect undead. I think the rope around it's so complicated. Like this fucking thing is so fucking complicated, and I love it. But it is so complicated, and I think it's one of my favorite Miyazaki things. But the rope around her as well is so confusing, because in Japan it's like that signifies something that's very holy, but in the West, it being kind of cinched around her like this with a bag over her head, it gives us Westerners like a really uneasy feeling. It definitely gives like execution. It's just so uncomfortable, but I love it. I love it very much. The art team ate with this. It's fucked up. But we're getting echoes of her in this design, and it's not totally one-to-one. For one, we can't quite see if the snake itself connects to her at all. It could just be a snake that is like coiled around her. I can't see if there's 2 snakes. I'm not quite sure. And I tried watching the footage and couldn't get a clear image. Yeah, she has kind of like a half burnt face and only one eye is glowing. But I just feel like the snake with the cloth over it just brings out all of the emotions of this thing, even though it's not that the cloth is over the snake skin. It's like the snake skin is the cloth. But regardless, I really love this design. It's just so good. It's just so good. Chat, are we eating? How much have they revealed today? Yeah. Abyssal serpent moment. It just it's just a stone. It's just a stone statue, and it just like phenomenal, sensational. I hope we learn more about this. I hope. We also didn't get any more information on this mysterious person with the booty. I'm very excited about them. I don't know. I'm just so excited about them. And yeah, I think that's all. Oh, there was another kin named Undead Marlowe, but Ouroboros didn't show. Oh, a list of the NPC kin is here. Okay, good. Yeah, see, this looks like a much different version of Lila. Okay, wait. Sorry about all the ads. Or Layla, sorry. Howl to stagger enemies. Oh yeah, this. Ooh, this is what all the boys and girls. This is the sorry, I'm getting sidetracked. But this is like I can't even like talk about this. This is just so. It's just so perfect. It's just so perfect. Is that an enemy? So based off of what we know so far, it is looking like it might be an enemy. But the way that it was kind of running, I don't know. When we were watching the trailer, the way that it was running through the street seemed like a player, but looking at a lot of the images of it and looking at this close up, its anatomy is really fucked up. And I feel like it might be like an event boss that roams. That's a new Marion from the Chalice Dungeons. You can't fool me. Yeah, fully. I believe Ouroboros confirmed it. Confirmed this. But either way, they're riding a horse. I thought they were centaur. So this is something that I want to talk about. Their anatomy's fucked up. Their anatomy's fucked up. That like, this is like a fucking skinwalker. Because like, are you seeing the way that this arm is shaped? And then the torso. Like, what the fuck is happening? And then, like, their collarbone is like down here. Their collarbone is down here. And then their neck is like, hold up. Their neck is like this. Like, bro, what? It's almost like they have like dog legs for arms too. It's giving like chicken drums, but really long. They have human hands. They have human hands for sure. But holy shit, man. It's like so... If you go to the trailer, her sword arm is insanely long. Yeah, like... I'm willing to bet that this is gonna be some kind of like... Oh, sorry, we got distracted. 8 ways to earn the virtue. Okay. Okay, so there's Undead Marlowe, Immortal Street Urchin, Down on His Luck, Delinquent, wow. Baritone, the former opera singer. Thaumaturge Avester, there we go, that's how you spell it. A sorcerer with mastery over flame. Nia's History of the Briar, a young, well-trained sword fighter. Gargoyle, half-petrified woman of the cloth. She can move through the aid of a great serpent. Heals and raises the max hit points. A gunner who specializes in providing support. Black Wolf of... Oh, it's not Mars. It's Mars? Black Wolf of Mars? What? What? That changes the context for this like crazy. Holy shit. What? Valentia Sienna West. Who's a real... This is a real man. This is a real man. The serpent is just an unrelated guy who carries her around. Yeah. Okay, wait. In addition to the kin, players can follow the rules of sigils to earn an ally or eliminate a rival target. When a player equips a sigil, they'll define a match's rules for themselves and another player. Examples include the sigil of an old friend, in which players are tasked with finding another player who is designated as their once bonded and forming an alliance. See, this is going to be me. I'm going to be running around being like, you and I were friends in a past life, and then I'm going to get my head blown off every single time, but I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it. There's also the sigil of the love ephemeral, which is similar, but basically requires one player proposing marriage to another by performing the emote, flowers to you, close to their lost love. Okay. I love this. I love this so much. Here are the events I saw during my time with the Duskbloods. Neural Storm, a powerful magnetic storm that causes all Bloodsworns to be transported to a faraway place. A neural arrow will be obtained, which can then be used to swap positions with an opponent. Star Fragment. Fragments come crashing down to the earth, and virtue is awarded to the Bloodsworn who holds them. Star fragments leave a glimmering trail as they fall. Defend held fragments until the end of the phase. Prowling Sword Lion. A Lodomarian Zeppelin attacks. Every player will receive a transmitter item that can be used to request support fire. Dusk's Toll. Those who ring the bell earn virtue. The effect of gold stones is enhanced. The blessings granted will diminish each time the bell is rung. Bloodsack Gala. Hunt down the Bloodsacks. Bloodsacks are little scurrying guys, similar to the Demon Souls crystal lizards. They draw Bloodsworn power-ups called Powers of Blood. So yeah, this is, by the way, sorry, Zan Legacy said tons of Roman symbolism. Exactly. Also, Roth Dude is a big hint towards that. What is Roth Dude? I don't know what Roth Dude is. Dating FromSoft dating before GTA 6. Oh, and the fact that the events are presented as tarot cards. Oh, are they? I need to like watch. I didn't see that in Oro's footage. Is there like footage or pictures, Baba? This interests me as a tarot reader. You can see in the preview footage from Ati and Oro. Okay, wait, maybe I missed it this morning when I was watching it. Oro, I'm watching your shit again. We're also gonna get an ad that I'm going to mute. We gotta get the beefy crunch burrito. Okay, so wait. Pleasant can upgrades events. Okay, wait. Maybe I did just like straight up blackout. This is a long video. And I did watch this really fucking early this morning, so. Am I tweaking? Did that just not say events? Oh, there we go. Oh yeah, okay. It is a little tarot. Okay, so this is really cool because we get the moon and then we get the drippy blood situation, but it's like falling into the sun. And something that's also really cool is that the moon is the golden thing and the sun is the silver thing, which is really weird. We also have these two star points, which Miyazaki's done this pattern before. He does it on the back of like the Crucible Knight armor. He loves this shit. He loves this bullshit. And I still don't really fucking understand what he's cooking with that, but I feel like I see it everywhere with whatever the fuck they're doing. Okay. Chaotic. Prowling Sword Lion. That's really interesting. The art itself isn't really esoteric at all, but the chaotic signifier at the top is really interesting to me. Okay, let's see. I just think it's neat. Miyazaki probably 100%. I need to double check, but I've seen that motif on a... Oh, yeah. Romulus represents Leo, so Mars and Leo. Oh. Honestly, the fact that Trang is so loon-coded, I know they're going to give her such a story and so much care. So we were freaking the fuck out because when we were looking at her design, because obviously it's all, you know, moon based, like this is the dark moon baddie, but her kind of sigil, we need a higher res image of this because it is giving sperm, or like maybe the fact that it's glowy too, but it's definitely giving moon presence reproductive imagery again, which I love that for her. I just need to know. I need to know if the moon's a fucking egg, y'all. I need to know if the moon's an egg. She's super interesting. Her design and name are Vietnamese, but a lot of her skill lore is actually Sanskrit. Okay, so we were talking about this. We were talking about this, Soy, not the Sanskrit, but Layla is also confounding because she both has, so like all of her items are from British soldier items when they were going to India, like the sniper rifle, her jacket, her weapons as well are like, it's like all of her items and her kit are British and India, but then her namesake and heritage, it's all Egyptian or Islamic. So it's like, what does that mean? Is she a mummy? Is she a mummy? Did she get picked up by somebody? Was she in a museum? Like, I need to know. Buddhism is the primary religion in Vietnam. Oh, so that could explain like the Sanskrit. Is it the primary still? Get the fuck out. Layla and oh my god, wait. Layla and Majnun wait, what? Because, okay, Rob, I was saying that her namesake was regarding that story, but I didn't fucking know. I didn't fucking know that story was real, Rob. I thought that was like fiction. I thought that was fiction. Get the fuck out. What? What? Okay. We just figured out who this woman is. I'm uncertain if it's actually them, but it became part of the legend. That's all that fucking matters. If it's folklore, that's fine. That counts. So we figured out who she is. It has been decreed. Damn. I'm tweaking. That's crazy. Okay, wait. Quaylog, I'm up Zorking it. I've been out drinking all night and managed to aggro my ma'am coming home. Need help with the boss. Love you, Quaylog. Can you go make your mom some tea? Go fucking make her something. Go get her a cookie. I sent that message so many times and it got lost. I'm so sorry, Rob. Oh my god. We know who this bitch is. Okay, so for those of you that are just now tuning in, we've fully figured out who this woman is. Okay, so Hi. Hello. Hello. Are you sitting up like a little man? Do you want to stream? Do you want to stream? You want to say hi? What's up? You want to say hi? Say hi, Ozzy. You're so good. Are you a baby? Are you a baby? Can I bite you? Ow. Ow. No. So normally he bites my nose, but right now he's doing this thing where he's telling me no, I want to go. No. He's telling me no, I want to go cuddle with you. Go lay down. Get out of this chair. Like, when I'm laying flat on the couch, he'll jump on me and he'll go and bite my nose. But I just tried to do whenever I eat his head like an apple, he always bites me back. So the fact that he's not doing it now is telling me that he's like, I'm a baby. I'm sorry, dude. I'll end the stream. I'll end the stream soon. Okay, wait. We figured out who the fuck Layla was. We figured out who the fuck Layla was. So, there was a romance story that I talked about at the beginning of this video that has a Layla in it, and it was Arabic, and is really famous in Saudi Arabia and Turkey and like a bunch of places. And I'm flabbergasted that this is like an actual ass woman. I'm sorry, y'all. Okay, sorry. Okay, so presumably Layla... Dude, Is it Majnun with a U or with an A? I always forget. Oh, Amira? Okay. I'm sorry. You okay? Okay. Sorry. I might be getting pulled away. I might be getting pulled away. I'm sorry. Do you want to go? Okay. Oh my god. What? I think y'all just like, I'm not gonna lie, I think y'all just actually broke my brain. I'm gonna make a note of this too. Okay, my copy function is just not gonna work. I don't know how else to. Oh, so who is Layla? Okay. So there is a really famous story in Arabic culture that is kind of like their version of Romeo and Juliet, except the people actually potentially have lived. Like they were real people. And Layla, presumably before Layla and Majnun could actually ever be together, presumably Layla passed away. But there was like, there's a whole bunch. The story is really fascinating, and there's a lot. And it's really beautiful and very, very, very sweet. Okay, wait, I did a bit of digging. So the place where she rested is a desert in India. So maybe they tried to do something with that. Yeah, one of the, because I know that there were like from what I knew is that this story, what I thought it was fictional. I didn't think it was real. And so when I had originally heard it, sorry, I'm still processing that this is like, that this is her. This is her. I thought that this was fictional. I didn't realize it was a folktale that potentially had real people involved. So the confusion regarding her identity is that she was buried in India, but that the items that she has date to around when Britain was like in India. So presumably what we can kind of glean from her like visual identity was that this is the Layla from the story. She was buried in a desert in India, and that British soldiers found her and she killed them, and she took their fucking clothes and their weapons. Is what I'm getting from her design. Or there's some like weird bizarro version of the story where she enlists in the British army, but I don't think that is the case. I think she fucking killed them. Because like, what the fuck else? But we were like confused. At first we were confused because we were like, why the fuck is this like Arabic woman also in India and also wearing British clothing? And then we found out that the Layla was buried in fucking India. And she ate their Gatling gun. Okay, anyway, that's the stream. I don't have anything else to say. I don't have anything else to say to you guys. That's the stream. The only other thing that I have to say, we got nuked by the Layla lore, yeah, is that I'm willing to bet that this person is intersex and has something to do with Mercury. Maybe. Who knows? We'll figure it out as the time comes. That's all I got. That's all I got for y'all. But goddamn. Oh, wait. The seal sideways? Yeah, here, hold up. We don't know what this is. I was just speculating that because the art patterns remind me a lot of Indus Valley, but I don't know what else this could be. Please end the stream before Weight of the World destroys me. I'm so sorry. We're gonna be crying. We're gonna be crying on live TV. Girl, replay the stream. Boulevard. Girl, stay up with your covenant. Yeah, I know. I'm sorry, Paid. My dog is crying. Can you hear him? Can you hear him? He's pissed. It's like a crescent moon, nothing to do with the Vedic civilization. We can't see that. What I see is what are you talking about, crescent moon? It's got like all this little intricate design shit all over it. And it's got this thing. You know what I think this is reminding me of? Maybe? It's got like all this design shit. What are you talking about? Anyway, I gotta go. We gotta go. We gotta go. It's bedtime now. And not by bedtime, I mean like I need to eat dinner. Oh my god, yes, stay awake reading Sigil, girl. Good night, everybody. Good night. Suspect it's totally okay if you're wrong, or if I'm wrong. We'll figure it out. Teledor, I'm fully going to play at 3 a.m., but I absolutely am going to take a big nap. I'm gonna eat a slice of pizza right now, and I'm gonna sleep. So thank you. Goodbye.